Shalom, Yasha'Allah. First and foremost, we get all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwatash, the honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, who will. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Let's push this great gospel, the sincerity and truth. It's your brother Tazakai Yahweh from the great millstone, Indianapolis camp. Coming at you another lesson through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. The Lord will be edifying. And really, ultimately, what, just been on my spirit is just meditating on, putting you nations and putting you heathens into slavery. Because that's the next thing. That's what's going to happen after you be destroyed. When Yahweh Shai come back, with the holy angels and the thermonuclear warheads to destroy this wicked queendom that's ran by Esau, Edom. After that, you nations are going into slavery. And a lot of these, these pastors and all these people, these so-called religious, spiritual people, they never want to talk about this stuff. Because they want to preach that prosperity, everything is good, God love everybody, he'll never do anything bad. But at the end of the day, bad things have happened to us, right? And we understand that all things happen by the will of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. So ultimately, without further ado, we're going to get into this and prove that y'all is going into slavery. This is, I'm going to start at the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1. It says, "For the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai will have mercy on Jacob, right, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land." So it said the Lord gonna have mercy on Jacob. It didn't say that the Lord gonna have mercy on, Elam or Moab or Ammon or Ishmael. No, he said he gonna have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. Right? There's never been a time where he gonna say, I'm gonna put my people aside and I'm gonna choose another. No, he said he will not give his glory to another, like to another nation. He's not gonna choose them for his people to replace us. Right? And say he will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. This prophecy has not happened yet, right? Because you call those people over there the 40, the small hats. Well, they got set in their own land, but guess what? They were sitting in that land by people, by a Balfour Declaration, right? They weren't set there by Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, right? Because what's going to happen when the time period comes, with the elect going to be beamed up into the UAPs, the UFO so-called, which we know is the chariots of Israel. They're going to be beamed up and placed in their land by Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, not by man, right? It's a "And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob." Now, these strangers is not talking about other nations and heathens. These strangers is talking about who? The Israelite foreigners. Those who don't know that the Israelites ultimately coming, to the understanding, right? Us, before we came into the truth, we would be considered strangers. We was alienated from the Commonwealth of Israel, but coming back to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, we cleave them to, we'll be a part of that cleaving to the house, of Jacob. So again, these strangers is not talking about the nations. These strangers talk about the Israelite foreigners, right? Those who don't know that they are Israelites, but then those who come into the understanding that they are, right? And they say, "And the people shall take them," they say, "and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai for his servants and handmaids." So it say what? The people, they said, we gonna possess these other nations for servants and handmaids. And they say what? "And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were." Who are we captives unto? Well, mainly right now, lately, the most recent nation is what? Esau, Edom, so-called white men. But we as captives under the Egyptians, captives under the Assyrians, Babylonians, Medo-Persians, the Greeks, the Romans, which is Edomites as well. Also, he had like Ammon, Moab, the Philistines, so other nations, really, like I said, but the ultimate oppressor and captors right now is who? The so-called white man, Esau, Edom. And it says, so again, it says, "They shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors." Right? We are oppressed right now. But it's in the scripture that it's written that the Lord, this is of the Lord's will. Again, read that again and say what? "And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors." Right? And it say, "And it shall come to pass, that day that Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from thy hard bondage where thou was made to serve." Again, we still in the, coming to this truth, we still in the house of mourning, as far as what's going on, crying a sign for abominations thereof. But, he's giving us that rest spiritually in our mind right now with this truth. But the ultimate rest, the ultimate not having to wake up and punch the time clock, not have to slap your alarm and put it on snooze and, living in fear and like hard bondage, because even though we are not given the spirit of fear, but also our people, as a whole, they still live in fear, right? And then the hard bondage, we over here in Babylon the Great. We still over here in the land of our captivities. So this prophecy has not happened yet. But when it come to pass, right, the Lord gonna remove these bonds off of us, and what, gonna place us in our land. He gonna put y'all under our feet, right? So again, it said what? And verse 2 said what? And they shall rule their oppressors, right? Now it does says this. Jeremiah 50:33, it say what? Thus saith Yahweh Shemashai of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah, right? The children of Israel that'll be symbolizing what? The northern kingdom, the Latino, Native American, tribes, right? Seminole Indian tribes, it say, and the children of Judah, which be the northern kingdom, the Negroid tribes, the West Indians, Benjamin, the Levites would be the Haitians, the Levi be the Haitians, and then, of course, the tribe of Judah be the so-called Negroes, right? So it says the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, right? The last time that we was oppressed together, being all tribes being together, was what? In ancient Egypt. But then after that, what happened? There was a split. But now it's telling you that we oppressed together again, meaning being brought together again and oppressed by a nation. That's this so-called white man over here, right? And all that took them captives, held them fast, and they refused to let them go, right? That's over here in Babylon the Great, right? This white man, he's the modern day Egyptian. He's the modern day Babylonian. They call him the daughter of Babylon, right? He's that modern day oppressor who's ruling over us right now and won't let us go, right? But it says what? The Redeemer is strong, which is Yahushua, through the spirit of Yahweh Shemashai, the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shemashai is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, right? He gonna come judge y'all, right? He gonna come put y'all to death. You know what I'm saying? He gonna come make war against thee for the controversy of Zion and say what? And plead their cause. And he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. Well, he gonna definitely disquiet this place when he dead this place with the thermonuclear warheads and the concentrated laser beams from the chariots, right? But understand, just prove right here, like we are oppressed, right? Just like in Joel 3, say, well, they giving the boy for a harlot, so from so on, they cast lots for my people, they sold us into slavery, right? Moving on, it's like not John, but same book, but chapter 30. Verse 16, it say what? Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, right? All those who devoured us, who destroyed us, who had a part in our destruction, man, they shall be devoured. And they say, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, every one of you 17 other nations, right, shall go into captivity. Say, you shall go into captivity, which means it's inevitable. It's something that's going to happen. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil. Why? Y'all robbed us of our glorious vessels. Y'all robbed us of us. Robbed everything of us. Stolen our identity, stolen our land, stolen our vessels, stole everything from us. Right? We're going to steal that. We're going to spoil you, spoil all your goods. And all that prey upon thee, well, I give for a prey. Y'all who attacked us, who preyed upon us, who came against us, man, y'all gonna be, y'all came in the predator-like mindset. Y'all gonna be a prey, and we gonna be as the predator. But when the time period comes, we gonna be that apex predator. Ain't nobody gonna be able to take us down or come up against us. And like I said, every one of them, I got this real quick. First Maccabees chapter 2, verse 10, or verse 9, it say, her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity. Right? And you could call, like, say, you got those actual vessels of silver, gold, and so forth and so on, but also we are the vessels of Yahweh Shemashai, even the people, right? Because that's what it's a possession. A vessel is a possession. We are the possession of Yahweh Shemashai, right? That says her infants are slain in the streets, her young men with the sword of the enemy, right? That's what y'all did. Y'all came out against us with the sword, right? Y'all killed us, persecuted us, did all type of diabolical stuff to us. Used alligator beats, stumped on the baby's heads was born. Y'all did all types of madness against us. From back then even until now. It say what? What nation have not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils? What nation? What people? Right? It's a rhetorical question. All you have had a part. And we understand that the major nations have, they more so led the charge, but also you smaller nations, you reap the benefits off of our labor. You reap the benefits off of our destruction. Right? As the scriptures say, Lamentations 2 and 15. It says, all that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of my people, at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this a city that men call perfection and beauty, the joy of the whole earth? Right? Mocking us, talking shit. This is them, these people, right? Saying how they make a laughing stock of us and how they always make us the the laughing stock. If anything happened, they always point blame on us, this and that. And yeah, the curse is upon us. So yeah, we do stupid stuff and act goofy as a whole. But when other people do stuff, they don't put them on Front Street, No, they want to put us on front street and stuff like that. And they say what? All our enemies has opened their mouth against thee, right? Speaking against us, talking shit against us. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we look for. They say they say they, and they say just a singular. They, all of them. This is the day that they look for our downfall, so what they can reap the benefits off of our labor, off of our destruction, right? They was happy that this has happened. They say we have seen it, right? And that's the point on that. They was happy. Y'all, these other nations was happy, no matter if they a major nation or a minor nation. They was happy that we failed that the way we did. And actually, but guess what's gonna happen to you? In the previous chapter, it says this. One of my favorites. It's Lamentations, chapter 20. Oh, so like Lamentations chapter 1, verse 20. Behold, O Yahweh Shemel Shai, for I am in distress. My bowels are troubled, my heart is turned within me, for I have grievously rebelled, right? We transgressed against Yahweh Shemel Shai. That's why we got thrown into the situation that we in right now. About the sword bereaveth at home, there is as death. They have heard that I sigh, right? The nations see us sighing. They see us groaning. They see us mourning. They see us lamenting. Right? There is none to comfort me, but none came for our aid. None came to help us. All my enemies have heard of my trouble. They heard it. They see it. It's broadcast. Hey, you got YouTube. You got Google. You can just look it up. Right? They are glad that thou hast done it. But y'all was glad that the Lord took us down for our transgressions against him. They was glad that happened. Right? They are glad that thou hast done it. Thou will bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me. There's going to be the change of roles of trading places. You get what I'm saying? What y'all done did to us, the same thing going to come back upon you. But y'all is going to be eternal. So we're going to have eternal righteousness and peace and happiness and joy. Y'all going to be eternally servants and slaves to us. Right? Yeah, y'all going to be, y'all going to be cool because y'all going to have a righteous ruler, but y'all going to always be subjected underneath us. It say, let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me for all my transgressions. So all the punishments that we are reaping right now for our transgressions, hey, do that. The Lord gonna do the same thing unto you, right? For my sighs are many, and my heart is faint, right? So yeah, for our hearts being faint, our sighs many, are moaning and groaning, all are lamenting. Us just want peace, want to be left alone. Hey man, y'all gonna pay for all of that. The time period is gonna come. You have to pay the piper. As a matter of fact, it's in our law. Let's see, Exodus. They say this is the land of the Lord, right? We rule by the Bible. Exodus 21, verse 16. And he that stealeth a man, right? Was we not stolen from the west coast of Africa? Didn't Columbus come over here and steal the Northern Kingdom from the Americas, right? And took them back to Europe and so forth and so on, vice versa, the triangle trade, right? And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, when we not sold on auction blocks and trading blocks and stuff like that? Where you think you get Black Friday from and stuff like that? Or if we be found in his hand, are we not found in the hand of our oppressors? Are we not still are we not citizens of America under who Esau, Edom? Are we not? Ultimately prisoners of wars under them. Right? They say if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. That's what's coming to y'all. Death is coming to y'all for the things y'all have done to us, but also what? You're gonna be put into slavery as well. Right? As a matter of fact, a little pressed for time, but let's get this real quick. This is Psalm chapter 2, verse 8. It say, ask of me, and I will give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, right? Look, in the sea it say, only ask, and I will give you the nations as your inheritance, the whole earth as your possession. So right, it say what? And the othermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Hey man, the world was made for our sakes. That means what? Everything that's contained within the world, the earth, rather, everything is made for us, even the people, right? We just, hey, it's just a temporary, transfer rulership to these heathens because of our transgressions. But guess what? The time period gonna come where the rightful ruler is gonna be put back, in power, right? It say, thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them into pieces like a potter's vessel. We gonna beat the law, statutes, commandments in y'all. Hey man, look, if especially you Edomite, oh my goodness, you gonna wish you never was born. You gonna wish you would never be able to wake up. But we gonna beat y'all just like how y'all did us. Y'all beat our culture and heritage out of us. We gonna beat the law, statutes, commandments in y'all. That's what's coming to you. Rule with a rod of iron. Right? As I say what? Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them into pieces like a potter's vessel. Man, hey, just wait on it. all that pride and that high-mindedness, and sticking your nose up, thinking you tough and all this and that, man. But listen, man, we're gonna bust in your damn mouth every single day. Besides the Sabbath, that's what's gonna happen to y'all. So just wait for it. Again, press return. So like the Lord telling me, you heathens are going to be a possession. Point blank, period. Don't give a damn how you feel about it. It is what it is. This Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear, right? And everybody got ears, but the people don't have their spiritual ear, right? Because they got ears that they can hear, but they hear not, right? Eyes that they can see, but they can perceive not, right? So your spiritual ear got to be opened up to this, right? Verse 10, they say, what? He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Hey, it's without a shadow of a doubt. It's just as actual fact that we was led into slavery. We was captives. So say he who leads someone into captivity, they gonna go into captivity. You white men and all the other nations as well. It say that he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. See, look, y'all kill us with the sword, pursue with the sword. We gonna do the same thing unto thee. It say here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And this is what we suffer for, and this is what we patiently waiting for. Revenge, retribution, vengeance. That's what we're waiting for. And it's gonna happen. All through the will of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Let me see, I know it's one more. We're about to camp here in a second. Let me see. Let's go start right here. Psalms chapter 149. Verse 5, it say, let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds, because we ain't going to have the victory. We ain't got to wake up to working for another man. We ain't going to have no shackles on us. These adhesive contracts on us is binding us as captives to people. We ain't going to have that no more. Let the high praise of Yahweh Shemel Shai be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand. And it's going to be a literal sword. Why? To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. That's what's going to happen to you, because what you have done unto us, again, we're going to do the same thing unto you. None of that butt-breaking wickedness that y'all have did. We're going to judge y'all and rule y'all and beat y'all and like say execute vengeance and righteousness, right? It say what? To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with feather iron. Going to what? You elites, because the elites not gonna die when the destruction comes. They have the accessibility to hide and do this and that, but they're gonna be the first rounds of slaves, and then in the kingdom they definitely gonna get put to death and die. But this is to bind them up. So if y'all at least can get bound up, how much more the lesser ones of y'all? Joe Sixpack and all them, you niggas getting chained up too. And they say what? To execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints, praise ye Yahweh Shemel Shai. And that's what all the saints. And who are the saints? Are the Israelites. Those are the saints of Yahweh Shemel Shai. And that's the honor that he gonna bestow upon us. He gonna give us the power to do these things and be done in righteousness. So again, prepare for shackles, right? Prepare for the destruction. Prepare for your demise. Keep having that lofty high-mindedness. Basically, y'all gonna be brought down. It's gonna be oh so beautiful. Can't wait to see the looks on y'all faces. We beat the hell out of y'all and kill y'all, destroy y'all, and put y'all into slavery, right? And it's going to be all done in righteousness. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to sincere Akim by Akwakim after listening. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, the Ba'anas, our apostles, the elders, a great millstone, who rule well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful that pushes great gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom, Yasha Allah, Abai, Babal.